The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clan Archie for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode from Ring Gang Radio. This is our 2018 year-end award show, and I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me, and I also got my other mans with me. On this, it's this is a rare to get all three of us on this motherfucker, man, because our schedules are kind of different. But I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
You'll go.
This the GOAT artist, Shuttleworth the God, the Soul Wars creator, Ring Gang Radio, the other half of the eye test. And let me pass it to my co-host from that show. He making his appearance now. Drum roll, please.
You niggas stop. Yo, what up? This is PJ, the other eye in the eye test. I finally managed to get out of my undisclosed location in Canada to make this schedule work, and I'm here on Real Talk.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is Real Talk.
Or the Real Eye Test.
Ooh.
The Real Eye Test. Now, usually I would say it's an eye test or Real Talk, but since, we're going to be talking about just some of the superlatives from 2018. I didn't title it as such. That's why I simply titled it as Ring Gang Radio Year-End Awards Show.
Oh yeah, I know. We just got to put the potential spin-offs on there. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It's like the CD booklet before you listen, before you press play.
Yeah,
exactly. We're trying to get back that Disney money, right?
Yeah.
Just coming out. Hold on, what, PJ got an album? Hold on. Doing this? What?
Silly as hell. No, but yeah, man. Now to our listeners, we would have done this a week earlier. But unfortunately, I came down with a stomach bug. I don't know if it's something I ate or I came in contact with some sick ass person who didn't stay his or her ass home. But it wasn't a good look for your boy, man. To be, I spent most of my last weekend puking in the toilet and doing some other things I don't really want to mention. But I'm fully recovered now, because like I said, if I tried to do it last week, I probably would be running to the bathroom every 15 minutes or so, and that shit wouldn't be cool. So, I'd say that I keep it 100% real. So that's what it is. But it's still not too late. So 2018 though was an interesting year for boxing. It was a very, very, very interesting year. It was the beginning of a couple of things, and then the end of some other things. And we'll probably cover some of those things as we go down the list of superlatives. But the first superlative I want to do is the fighter of the year. I'm gonna let LB. LB, we had a couple of good candidates for fighter of the year in 2018. Who was your fighter of the year?
I mean, personally, I want to say Josh Warrington, but it's like we all just got to give it to Usyk.
Yeah.
So. And Usyk deserves it. I mean, he fought more the higher level competition. But if Usyk ain't had a breakout, crazy good ass year that he had, Josh Warrington easy. Because after that, maybe Lomachenko, but who else after those three really killed it this year? Like, if Wilder would have really earned the draw, you could maybe throw him in there, but after that, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, my choice is also Usyk too. I'm a fan of unification. I look highly on champions that go on and rip belts away from other champions. And Usyk did this twice on his on away turf. He did this twice in the World Boxing Super Series tournament. And I looked and I thought highly of that tournament. I thought highly of the fighters in, and I thought highly of the champions in there. So when he did that and he actually won the tournament and had all those 4 belts, you know, that spoke to me. I was like, pretty much right now he's, you know, that's it right there. And then he had the fight with Bellew at the end of the year. I mean, who still had his claim with the WBC cruiserweight title. You know, that was, you know, he was in something. I forgot the WBC likes to give out those crazy ass titles. But he beat Bellew for it, and I was like, yeah, he did a lot. Warrington, and I do agree with you, LB, man. Warrington did, you know, he came out of nowhere with this year. I mean, he fucked up Selby, and then he beat the shit out of Frampton. You know,
he mugged Frampton. Like that was one of those that your whole boy come back to your house late at night and you looking all raggedy and shit, and you know you like, what happened? He's like, man, it's like 4 niggas ran up on me, man. That's how Frampton looked, bro. Like,
yeah, and what made me respect that even more is that Warrington said before this fight that Frampton wasn't on his level. He told us, like, listen, man, this nigga's not on my level, man. I'm gonna get in this way. I'm gonna get my hand on. I'm gonna whoop his ass. And that's exactly what it is. I have to respect it. I have to respect him now. Like, to me, he's the number 2 feather right now. You know, underneath Gary Russell. You know, and yeah, hopefully in 2019 though he does. You know, he gets the real big fights because he deserves them. PJ, your thoughts on fight of the year?
I mean, the best way I can say it is just in one sentence. I am Phil. I am very Phil.
I am Phil.
He just killed it.
Yeah,
especially what he did to Bellew.
Yeah, you know, and I wasn't even high on Usyk too when I first saw him before that. I thought, because I mean, he had a couple of fights where he looked like, I mean, I still remember that Michael Hunter fight where he looked like he was getting outboxed, and then, you know, he turned it up and almost killed the poor guy in the ring, you know, and it's just like,
he's legitimately the kind of guy when you see him smile, you should be scared.
Yeah,
he looks crazy as fuck, but he doesn't fight intimidating. Like, he doesn't have an intimidating style.
No, it's just something that just like bothers you, and then all of a sudden you just get clipped.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, Usyk he just has some just crazy eyes, man. Just like the character in Orange Is the New Black, man. Just crazy eyes. Just looks absolutely off kilter, man.
Yeah, he scares the shit out of me.
He
scares the shit out of me.
He's a James Bond villain, like one of them.
Like he's one of them niggas that, like, if you're facing him, you definitely can't read his eyes because you're thinking, like, say, yeah, this guy might be a dummy, but then he lights your ass up, and it's like, oh shit, this not.
He don't even have that. He looks more crazy than anything. Like,
yeah.
If you say, all right, you 18, 19, whatever, you go over to Shorty's house, you go to pick her up. And, you know, she's like, yo, come, and you know, you try to be respectful and shit. You don't honk the horn and no fuck nigga shit, but you go to the door and you knock on the door and that nigga answer.
Sorry, sir, I came to the wrong house.
Well, for real, it's like, hold on, nah. The cruiserweight.
Oh man. So yeah, we're definitely all in agreement, man. Usyk killed it this year. You know, I mean. Yeah,
my only honorable mention is the Monster.
Yes,
because he sparked that dude the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, both his fights in 2018 lasted less than like a minute and a half, give or take.
For real. And the thing is,
you gotta train like a monster to be a monster.
To destroy McDonald's so bad, like, because he moved up for that.
Yeah, he did.
And then the piano, like, the knockout was brutal. Like, I mean, I knew he would have stopped him, but not like off the first real 2 punches. Like,
right,
but man. We expect greatness from Monster. He delivered, so I feel you. That's yeah, he over delivered. So it's like, damn, like wow, like, but he honestly, like, if there was a top 5 fighters of the year, Monster definitely deserves it. I would definitely put him above like a Crawford, or maybe he's up there with like maybe Mikey Garcia's above him.
Let's put it this way. I mean, in 2019, though, I mean, because thankfully the World Boxing Super Series is going to continue. He's going to have a chance to. Who's he facing? He's facing Emmanuel Rodriguez, who's one of the best. Who I think is the IBF belt. So he has a chance to start. He has a chance to unify. So he'll be off to. He's basically set up for him to actually to win, to be Fighter of the Year. All he has to do is continue to knock these niggas out in one round in the tournament, man. And he might be a lot for real.
The best part is how he got that knockout is he didn't overdo the emotion. It was just like a standard thing he does on the pads or on the bag, the way he threw it. You could tell him no thought behind it. It was just like, oh, here it is, 1-2.
It was a simple up jab and boom, right on the temple. He bit and right on the temple, and went down, man. It was beautiful.
It was just one of those. You just like, even when I show people that video, I'm just like, no, seriously, you can't blink. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, I think Payano knew what was happening, but he just couldn't stop the shit. He probably thought he'd take us. Payano is a tough guy, but motherfucker was rigor mortis after that.
I mean, I salute to all the tough guys out there, but I'm just like, sometimes you don't need to be curious. Just get the fuck out the way.
You'd be surprised, though. I mean, most people, some people just don't like you to move their heads or do anything like that. Payano is not the most, head moving this motherfucker out there. So, so I mean,
it's like moving a stack of bricks,
bro. See, that's what I'm saying. Like he thought of it like, okay, I'll just take this shot, I'll get back up, but you just don't really just take a monster shot, like.
No, I mean, you got to. I mean, that's the name of the game. So that's why I'm hoping, like I said, this young Rodriguez. Let's see how he does, because I mean, he went through a war in his first fight in that fucking tournament with that Australian Maloney. So I just don't see. I hope he doesn't think he's gonna go war with Monster like that, because else we're gonna be looking at another highlight reel knockout for real. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Fighter of the Year, and for 2018, Usyk, all agree across the board. So our next superlative would be Fight of the Year. And PJ, I'm gonna let you start it off, man. What did you think was the Fight of the Year for 2018?
Fight of the Year? I liked Lara Hurd. I would put that up there. Followed by Triple G and Canelo 2. I was actually reading that list. I was about to say Canelo, but Canelo 2.
I mean, you have been right either way, son. So
okay. But both fights were really good. What I liked about it was, from when we were talking about the Lara Hurd fight, we were talking about like, hey, this is what's gonna happen on paper. We talked about like who's gonna get through because of everything else like that. And then was like pretty much everything we all talked about happened. Lara was the better boxer. He would outbox and things like that. But Hurd, even though he knows the box, is just like, hey, if the dude's outboxing you, just like LB says, time to just make it ugly and just show some physicality. Can the guy handle physical? Lara can only take it in spurts, but Hurd doesn't go away.
Right. And then Lara, God bless his soul, because usually Lara usually gets on his bike, and but Lara was really stood with him and really was blasting him over and over again. Mm-hmm. But Hurd rehydrated a lot, and he ate them shits and wore Lara down, and just. I mean, Lara, that was the closest I ever seen Lara actually really getting KO'd. I mean, he was, and he the funny thing is he still got up and he still really tried to win that round. It wasn't like he got on his, he really, like, he went up on his shield, and
he had to. If he didn't try to win that round, he gets KO'd.
Right, exactly.
Well, the other thing you said, like when he gets on his bike, you can't really get on your bike if the guy doesn't let you out the lot.
Right.
Like. It's like somebody trying to go on their bike and the guy just holds the handles. Mm-hmm. You're not going anywhere. It's like what kids used to do to bully the other kid, just holding the handles as they're trying to cycle away.
Either that or put a stick in between the wheels so they flip over the bike.
That's the knockdown. That's the knockdown.
Nah, that's like Corey Spinks. That's like when Corey Spinks used to throw himself on the floor to get away from punches. That's some Corey Spinks shit. Like Laura basically was just the tires kept spinning into the gravel and not going nowhere.
So like you just see like dust and again smoke coming out.
Yeah, I mean, Laura, God bless him. I mean, that was to me, because you guys have heard me talk about 154 before. I always said that 154 it was stagnated because of Floyd holding two of those belts ransom, and then as soon as he let loose of them belts, niggas started fighting in that division, and I think that was the culmination of the effort of 154 leveling up, and they did that. They did that in spades with that fight, and that fight was outstanding for real. LB, your fight of the year choice?
Wow, it's a tough one, but I want to say Triple G and Canelo 2, but since the horrible decision, I can't make that the number one. Because when I think fight of the year, I want I need a good decision. I gotta feel like the right person won. It gotta be a significant fight. Gotta be some boxing. Gotta be some brawling. Usually you need a couple knockdowns, but if you could just clinch one and it's dramatic, then you got the prerequisite for it. So I want to say so. With that said, I gotta go with Hurd and Laura because it had everything you would want, and I know from the beginning I was telling niggas from 2017 that Hurd will put hands on Laura, he'll beat his ass, and I've been telling niggas, and when that fight fucking came out, and what happened, when I saw what happened, and the right guy won, it's like that's one of the best feelings in boxing.
Wait, you don't have to tell me that. I mean, after all, I did predict Salido beating Lomachenko. Oh! I mean, shit.
He won't let it go. He won't let it go.
Yo, PJ, that shit is like
on your deathbed.
It's a running fucking joke with this nigga. He'll put Salido in the fucking Lomachenko upset like every fucking time. But anyways, my honorable mention. And it's crazy because this is probably one of the fights on here that one of the great fights this year, but I only saw it one time, but the impact was so dope. I want to say Scott Quigg and Oscar Valdez.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was
a good fucking fight.
Yeah, unfortunately though, I think I think it was the Mikey fight that was on the same night. So a lot of the attention was taken off it. He was facing what's his name for the 140 belt.
Lipinets.
Yeah. And like I said, a lot of people focus on that shit. I mean, that fight was cool and all, but Valdez in recent years has been like must see TV because this motherfucker wore for everybody. I mean, dude likes to channel the spirit of his of the Mexican warriors of yesteryear, man. And I mean, the string of wars dude had was unbelievable, man. And it culminated with this one. I mean, this was a fight that he shouldn't even have took because Quigg was heavy. He was like overweight by 3 pounds and shit.
And Quigg is no walk in the park, regardless of that. Like,
hell nah. No, he's not. So pretty much what happened is he took the fight, and of course, I mean, obviously Valdez got a little bit more in his purse and whatnot, but in doing so, he did not adjust his game plan to a heavier fighter, and in doing so, engaged in a sickening slugfest war. I mean,
Quigg got his foot a little more up that nigga ass. That's what happened.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Quig broke his jaw. Quig's nose was broken. Like, it was flat. I never seen a nose flattened like fucking Play-Doh. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I mean, it was sick. And then it was bad because, the Valdez's corner, they couldn't even take out his mouthpiece because he probably wouldn't be able to get that shit back in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If there's anybody who deserves like a good light year, like I don't want to see Oscar Valdez in a serious fight until fall.
Yeah, at the earliest. Yeah.
Earliest. And I'm talking about if he fights before that, please can we? I don't even want him to fight the jobber of all jobbers. Like get this nigga like the best taxi driver ever or something.
Just let him play Punch Out.
Don't even get no hard.
Just give him a copy of Punch Out, and then he just plays that.
Well, let him select somebody from Punch Out.
Get Glass Joe.
Well, unfortunately for Valdez, I mean, he holds a belt. So, I mean, granted, yes. I mean, if there's one young fighter that deserves a soft touch after 3 consecutive wars like he has, it's him. He actually has a fight next month.
I made that plea. They were like, sorry, nigga.
I mean, he's basically an undefeated Italian cat who's like 19-0, but he only has 5 KOs. So
the next Paulie.
Well, see, but now the way Valdez fights, that kid is gonna be punching his hardest that night.
Yeah, I mean, because Valdez is one of those guys. Is like, if you don't match him soft now, he's gonna become Fernando Vargas within a couple of years. I mean, because as of right now, I mean, his grasp on that featherweight title is it's not as strong as it should be. I don't think it's as strong as because he's taken just so much ass. He's been in so many wars, and he still kept the 0 too. On top of that,
keep him away from Warrington.
Yeah, keep him away from Warrington. Yeah, Warrington will probably end his career. For real.
Valdez pretty much just fought King Hippo, and he's trying to recover from that. So
yeah, for real. And then my choice for fight of the year, for me, is bad decision aside, is the Triple God versus Canelo 2.
Oh my God, these nicknames.
Yes, as much as I hate the decision, and I did, although I do think the fight was closer, but it was still Triple G win. That fight did surpass the first fight because them niggas was thumping from beginning to end. Canelo for once channeled his Aztec ancestors, and really tried to slug it out with the Triple God. So and Triple G was lighting up. I mean, Triple G put all types of knots in his silly ass head. Open up a nasty cut and everything like that.
Like that comeback he had, that late rally surge he had.
Yeah.
Was epic, was just movie like.
Yeah, it was epic. Canelo, like I said, Canelo for once, did one of the few things that people don't do against Triple G, and he tried to rip up the Triple G's body, but Triple G is a G, so he took them shits and gave it back, but
them jabs to tear up that body.
Yeah, like I said, I watched that shit in the movie theater. People was just like, yo, it was the shit. You know what I'm saying? The fight, I couldn't ignore it. Like, the bad decision aside, it was the shit. So, that's my choice for fight of the year. And before that, I did have Hurd and Laura as my top choice because, like I said, for Peter said, it was a spectacular fight. But I just thought, I think the stakes were a little bit higher and the action was just as vicious too. So that was the reason why I picked that. And there were some other honorable mentions too. I think LB already mentioned Valdez Quig, and that was an honorable mention for me. Let's see, Usyk Breedis. I think that's that one. That was a surprisingly great fight because Breedis stunk it up. Breedis stunk it up before in his first semifinal against Mike Perez, and then he goes and pretty much lays it all on line against Usyk, and probably comes the closest to actually beating Usyk at that.
Yeah, that was a big fight right there.
Yeah, and then there was Dog Bay Magdalena, where Dog Bay finally actually became, full WBO super bantamweight champion.
That's
With-
another good fucking fight. Yo, remember Tesora Takam?
Yeah. Yep.
was a great-
That is the best heavyweight fight I've seen this year. It's better than any fucking Wilder fight I've seen. That is for damn sure.
You see, 'cause Wilder fights are dramatic, but dramatic doesn't always equal entertainment.
No, not at all.
It can be boring as shit until that shot lands.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Because Wilder's boxing skills are on struggle status. But Takum and Chisora was an old school heavyweight fight. The type of heavyweight fights I actually grew up watching. So, that shit was beautiful. It was beautiful violence.
You didn't have to describe it like that.
Hey, I'm keeping it all so real. And
you're just getting too into it. That's what you were.
And then we have Garcia versus Dorticos, the other cruiserweight fight in the WWE. That was a hell of a slugfest to me. Dorticos, decided, took 12 rounds of that power before his chin finally let him down.
The Mario star just finally ran out.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we have Saucedo and Lenny Z on ESPN, and that fucking fight was.
I missed that.
That was a great fight.
Yeah,
fight of the year this year.
What's that?
It's hard to do fight of the year this year because I almost feel like you have to put them in two categories. You gotta say, okay, the most significant fight of the years, and then you got the plain old good old fashioned fight of the year.
Also, let me just add this, even though we're talking boxing, but if we're talking about real talk, Amanda Nunes and Cyborg was the beating of the year, I would say.
Yeah.
Holy
that needs to be a category.
Yeah.
That's a category. Fuck that.
Fate of the year.
Yeah. That's definitely beating of the year. Yeah.
Well, I mean, to me, it's the second beating of the year after the Khabib and McGregor one.
Oh.
That was a beating too, and then the fuckery after that just added to,
I loved it, and I just love the fact people say it's like, "Oh my god, I didn't expect this." I'm like, "Oh," where they made the comments just like, "This is the first time this has happened in combat sports." I'm like, "Do you not remember boxing in the '90s?"
Yeah, boxing. Yeah,
boxing anytime.
Exactly. Do people not remember Larry Holmes jumping off a Cadillac and drop kicking?
I mean, shit. We had Andre Durrell's uncle fucking hit Uzi with the left hook in the corner, man. Yeah. I mean, it happens, man.
Juan Manuel Lopez fighting, I think, a trader.
Yeah, and getting rocked by a check hook too. At that.
Or Duva getting knocked down by Roger.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, like.
Yeah, but like LB said with that McGregor shit, it's like UFC doesn't get it often, but they got it and everything else all in just one big shot.
Yeah.
What to do? But yo,
agree? What do we do?
Since y'all niggas picked two beating of the years for UFC, I just to keep it for boxing.
Yeah.
The beating of the year, I gotta say was the Maurice Hooker. And was that Saucedo?
Yeah, that was Saucedo. Yeah, I was gonna segue into that too. I was like, Saucedo. After that fight with Lenny Z, Saucedo, you have thought that, okay, Abel teach this kid how to move his fucking head because Lenny Z's old bleeding ass almost knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah.
And LB, takes us to his first title shot against Mighty Mo, and you get, and he didn't learn how to move his head, and
he got that ass whooped.
Taxed.
And it's funny because it's one of the random fights where niggas I know who are like casual boxing fans, niggas who don't even fucking watch boxing, for some reason that seemed to be the fight that them niggas caught that night. Because everybody was like, "Oh, you seen the ESPN fight? Yo, you seen that damn the Hooker fight? Oh man, yo, he was piecing bro up, he was piecing dude up." I'm like, damn, like,
yeah, because that fight was LB, that's the same thing. Both Saucedo fights had that type of casual. Like the casual ones, like niggas was like, oh shit, niggas, because they were bleeding buckets. Saucedo has something with that, like, because I don't know what it is with it, but Saucedo has a casual factor. And if Abel wants to make sure this kid actually continues his career, he might want to tweak his style, but Saucedo could be a fan-friendly fighter that can probably cross over with the casuals. Because, like I say, because like I say, like pretty much like the fight that the casuals would catch, it involved him in it. You know what I'm saying?
Abel teaches Saucedo. Abel coaches him.
Finesse in his game.
Oh shit! I didn't know Abel was his coach.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, everyone was definitely catching that fight because it was a hell of a fight too. You know, and in fact, it was late too. I mean, if you think like, because this shit came on at midnight. So
that's what I'm saying. It was the most random fight that just everybody just happened to watch. The names too. It's like, I mean,
who wants to see a Maurice Booker fight? You know.
Hold on, hey, to fucking quiet FM, smooth jazz.
That's you.
Give me a sec.
You playing Delta?
One sec. I know what's going on. There's somebody in the other room just playing way too fucking loud, and he's not gonna stop. I'm just gonna change the settings real quick.
Someone's having a sexy moment at PJ's place, man.
Apparently. Nah, this dude just loves jazz and plays it way too fucking loud.
Damn, jazz that hard? Like,
he's partially deaf now, so.
I mean, either he's getting it in or he's prepping this, to inject some heroin into his veins, man. That's the only thing that nigga got gas that high.
He's over 60, so maybe.
Oh, Mo Better Blues ass nigga. Like, come on.
Oh my God. But yeah, man. But yeah, there were definitely a lot of Fight of the Year candidates this year, and hopefully in 2019, it continues, and continues because without the Fight of the Year candidates, boxing suffers for it. We suffer for it. The next superlative is KO of the Year. I guess I'll give my choice for KO of the Year. And there were some good KOs of the year, but as we mentioned before earlier in this podcast, man, Monster KOing Peano, short, sudden violence against a guy who had never been KO'd before in under a fucking minute. Bar none, because it surprised the fuck out of me, and it was violent. That is my choice for KO of the Year. He was short and sweet, no fucking around. Like he hit him like he had something, like he had to go home and get do something, like he had something to do. It was that type of knockout, man, and it was wonderful. LB.
Wow, I want to agree with you on that, but now it's like I'm gonna just dig into my African roots. I mean,
okay.
Shout out to Mother Africa.
Mother
I don't know.
As he speaks to two Africans.
Black excellence. But I want to say the Joshua Povetkin, I love that knockout. The combo.
The one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was short and so it wasn't like Povetkin was being bothered before. Povetkin was holding his own, but then just that combination just pretty much took him.
You're winning, nigga. Holding his own. Nah, nigga. He won like the first 3 rounds.
I'm saying though, like I said, he was holding his own, LB. I mean, and then Femi took him out with 2 shots, man. Because he gave him hope, and Femi had like, nah. I eat food. I eat food.
Yo, fuck all that. Yo, Povetkin was taking everything he wanted until he took something he ain't really want.
Yep.
But that KO was brutal, and just because I feel like KO of the year, the significance has to be just right, the opponent has to be right, and like the finishing move. And I felt like Monster that's up there, but Povetkin is just a better quality fighter than Payano. So I was more impressed with the McDonald knockout from Monster anyway, just because the way he just mugged his ass and he was a bigger guy. But damn, well, there was another one. You know who got knocked the fuck out? Like, you know who had a real good knockout too?
Oh,
Like Caleb Smith over George Groves.
yeah, that was a good one.
That was slept on. Like, that was a real good one. It was a good fucking fight.
Yeah, that was a star to me. That was a star making performance for Caleb Smith to actually do that. To an aging Groves. Yeah.
But yeah, I would say probably be those two. The excuse me, sorry, the Joshua Povetkin, and I like the Caleb Smith over Groves. And the Monster. Yeah. But yeah, those are my picks for that one, man. Like I know PJ gonna come with something.
PJ,
no. Well, I mean, I still got this background music playing, so just bear with me.
hey man, it just adds to the ambiance, man. It's all good, man.
So welcome for the KO of the year. Oh yeah, never mind. So KO of the year. Like, hey, I'm still picking Monster because the reason why I'm picking Monster is, especially for those who are gonna listen, because as soon as I say it, you're gonna light up when I say it. It's like that sudden knockdown in Fight Night Champion. You don't know why it happened. You don't know what happened. It just did, and for some reason, you can't get up.
Yeah, that's like you'd do like a bullshit left hook, and you're like, oh, and all of a sudden you start doing that fucking wobble shit, and then it goes down, and it was like, I didn't even hit him with nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's just how it was. It was just like that kind of KO, and it was just like so sudden because it just looked like your usual, like, southpaw orthodox thing, and it was like everything you'd expect. Both getting a feel of each other, trying to get the right footing. Maybe something here. Payano's the one being a bit more of the aggressive. Monster's just taking the time. He's watching, moving around, he's watching. He kind of shows it right, kind of overextends. He thinks like, that was a bad idea, almost got hit. Readjust. They're watching. Payano's also starting to adjust it too. They're watching. Then just one tiny moment where Payano, you could tell he was trying to get his foot outside to get his punch going. Monster just reacted sooner than him, got that jab to pop his head up, and then that right just shot right down the middle. And then all of a sudden, it was just like down. Yeah. And you could tell there was like a brief second where people didn't know what happened. They just suddenly saw someone go down. That's where they went nuts. Yeah,
exactly, man. It was just sweet sudden violence, and it was great, And especially with Payano, because Payano is a dirty fighter too. So to see him get iced like that was pretty good.
He didn't even get a chance to bring a bucket of dirt out. Yeah. He just got washed away. He got taken away like was scrubbing bubbles or something like that. I was just like, just flush again and it's all gone.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that's a video game KO.
It was like, he was stiff, like pause, it was just like, it was that
pause. It was just that rough.
And just so I don't forget, another honorable mention too, and we mentioned this fight was the Takam Chisora fight, because the KO and that shit was brutal as fuck, Actually, and also too, Dillian White over Lucas Brown. I think that was this year too. That was brutal as well. As well as Dillian White knocking out Chisora this year.
Yeah, I saw that one.
All brutal knockout.
Live by the knockout, die by the knockout in heavyweights.
Yeah. Some of these British heavyweights, they're just like, yo, I got nothing else going on for me. I'm just gonna go with something else.
Yeah, there was some absolutely brutal knockouts at heavyweight, man. But hey, that's what makes the heavyweight division, man. Like, yes, you do want to see some modicum of skills Wilder, but the knockout come.
Take your digs at Bob Squad. I'm listening.
I'll be taking digs at Wilder for a minute, man. Don't
I know. I'm just on the episode now.
But yeah, the KOs of the year, they were, when they happened, they were spectacular. And like I said, two of us picked Monster, and LB picked, Femi, the Nigerian God. So it's like, yeah, you can't go wrong with any of
We
those.
had more KOs of the year than we had fighters of the year.
It happened.
The fighters of the year I felt like was really just lacking this year.
It was, especially among American fighters, and actually too, Dog Bay would have been a good candidate for fight of the year had he not lost his damn belt last month.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, because to me he was on his way. Like, I mean, he had 3 fights. He had won all by knockout, and unfortunately the fourth one I think was just too much. And
yeah, I'd have never had him take that 4th fight, man. Never, especially against that opponent. Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
it's just basically it's like where you have a fighter that's getting KO. You're just you're just gonna KO everybody. Yeah, that guy ain't. So it's like sometimes you gotta realize like KOs happen for a reason. Let's stop and see how these KOs are happening. Is it the right time to go that big of a step up?
Right. And the thing is, we didn't even know how much of a step up it actually would be. That's the thing, and unfortunately, it was too much of a step, for Dog Bay. And I mean, I'd say he could still be considered, but had he won that fight, I would be like, hey, like he can challenge Usyk for.
He would have definitely been like, honestly, it would have been Usyk, Dog Bay, then Warrington, then Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, and Lomachenko.
Oh yeah, Lomachenko, because you're really pretty much saying, okay, what's a better win, Linares or Robert Eason? Pedraza and Yippinets is like, you could say equal almost.
Right. Yeah, in a way, you could say that.
Yeah, anyway, I mean, shout outs to both,
Yeah, shout outs to both.
Disrespect.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, next superlative. Comeback fighter of the year. LB.
Wow. I mean, the person I was going to choose, he was really, he was robbed in front of everyone's eyes. But boxing fuckery stay on the rise. Bad decisions I do despise.
You want to be too? Just like
I was gonna say Tyson Fury, but since he didn't get the victory, he got a draw. I feel like he's,
I still feel he won and won everything else. Holy shit! Just getting up just made him a winner. Period.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he did, and I feel like I want to say Tyson Fury comeback fight of the year. Like, I think that's what I'm about to go for. Like, fuck it. Like, I know he won. I know he beat Deontay Wilder, who gave a great effort. But it was a losing effort. But I feel like Tyson Fury comeback fight of the year. I'm trying to think who else really made moves like that where I'm like, okay, that nigga bounced back. Like,
I mean, my choice was Maurice Hooker. Because I mean, like before this year, I mean, the last time anyone saw him on TV, he was on the Ward Kovalev undercard, and he got a draw in a fight he probably should have lost. I think it was against Perez, and I was thinking about, and I remember watching that fight, like how bad he looked. I was thinking to myself, how is this nigga even undefeated? Like, what is this bullshit? And then you don't see this nigga on TV for a minute, and then all of a sudden, this year, I mean, his year was he wins the WBO belt and takes the 0 of Terry Flanagan, and then we mentioned before, he beats up Alex Saucedo in a wild
Flanagan fight. Yeah, damn.
And on top of that too, because I mean, he signed with the Zone and everything like that, and Top Rank paid $1.2 million to get that motherfucker off the Zone to defend his belt on ESPN, and he won that belt by beating up their prospects so badly. So you can't say he didn't win because that motherfucker won. You know. So.
I mean, he won the Beating of the Year award for Ring Gang Radio. And that don't mean anything. Fuck it, man. Shit, like, it means something to me. Like he's definitely my runner-up. Like him and Tyson Fury. Fuck it. Like unless you gonna name somebody who did something better than them two. Like
I don't know. Do you have anything better than those two?
Who else is there? Those are the only ones that I only knew Fury, and you just let me know about this other one. I could not think of anything as a comeback fight of the year. The closest thing that could probably be a comeback fight of the year is somebody playing a fighting game. That's about as close as it's gonna get.
Right. Word. Word.
Like winning with a pixel left. That's all I could think of, and that was like years back.
Yeah. Man, yeah, it was those two. Because like I said, Tyson should have won the fight, and he should have took the WBC belt, and we should be talking about a Fury Joshua fight. But it was just because of that. Just because Hooker did just a little bit more, and still managed to keep a 0 at that. I mean, the nigga had 3 draws and a 0 and a 0. That's pretty unique. You know,
that.
So I mean that's the reason why I picked him. I was like, and hopefully in 2019, no more comeback. It's just he could be a candidate for fighter there because he's fighting now in a division now that's going through some tournaments and stuff like that, and there's some players out there. So we'll see.